a good time. Put a smile on your face, yeah. KB Cam and Elation Radio. Even brighten your day and help you through the night. Bringing you good music. KB Cam and Elation Radio. And here's your host, KB Cam.
Do you have an upcoming event? Well, I encourage you to book Beyond Defense Family for an amazing experience. Beyond Defense is a talented group of men and women who have toured the world to display their talents of song and ministry. Did I forget to mention multi-award winners? They're your one-stop shop for making your event the best in the city. Book Beyond Defense today at beyonddefense.org. Click Menu, then Contact. Beyond Defense, your audience will thank you.
When you hear his voice.
Dang, baby girl. She looking all sad for you, yo. God got you. You have everything to smile about, yo. You can hear his voice. You know, be swift to listen, slow to speak. Slow to rap, you know what I mean? When you're feeling down and out, down about circumstance that you face and feeling you can't make it, but you can take it. Cause you're more than a conqueror, the devil trying to creep up around your house. Spread out, flap your wings, keep on flying. If you're not high enough, then keep on trying. No need to dry your tears, keep on crying. Tears of joy, listen up, hear his voice, and blood dripping down his fingertips. You don't remember nothing, remember this. Remember who you celebrate December with obedience. We just don't seem to get Jesus came to serve, not to be serving people. Quoting scripture is not in the word. He here now, so you have nothing to fear now.
Come on, y'all, do what you do. Come on, y'all. Hear his voice, it's up to you. What you do. Find a quiet place to pray, and just let God have his way. He will walk and not get faint. No more words of want or can't. Now you got one life to live. Give all you can give when you hear his voice.
Fresh and salt water don't flow down the same stream. Religion's getting poisonous like gangrene. By no means you can serve two masters and wonder why bad luck come at you faster. Ask God if you do that wisdom. Follow Christ, and that's why they attack Christians. I see the devil riding in his black Benz, deceiving many little brown, white, and black children. Diamond necklace with the Jesus piece, with the atheist belief doing evil things. The world is corrupt, but you can't give up. Gotta watch your step, don't trip up. If you do fall down, I'ma help you get up. Don't lay on your back, come on, sit up. Open up your ears and think clear. Thank my Lord Jesus Christ, cause my God is here.
Come on, y'all, do what you do. Come on, y'all. Hear his voice, it's up to you. What you do. Find a quiet place to pray, and just let God have his way. He will walk and not get faint. No more words of want or can't. Now you got one life to live. You should give all you can give when you hear his voice.
God gave us 1,001 commandments. Sin you be stand, don't keep on standing. Kind words kills a multitude of sins. Don't follow the Christ, you refuse to win. Or he make us all behind. I seen people without faith who lost their mind. Some follow the wicked because they blind. We gonna stare away to heaven, fall in line. Follow the rainbow, we all gon' shine. Salvation is free, it don't cost a dime. They hate the truth because they lying. Unrighteousness don't cross their line. It was bought with a price, and all my life I've been talking to Christ without walking with Christ. God knowledge can make you sharp as a knife. Open up your ears and listen clear.
Come on, y'all, do what you do. Come on, y'all. Hear his voice, it's up to you. What you do. Find a quiet place to pray, and just let God have his way. He will walk and not get faint. No more words of want or can't. Now you got one life to live. You should give all you can give when you hear his voice.
There you have it, ladies. I told you, he'll never leave you nor forsake you. No matter what you're going through in life, he hear all your cries. Your tears, they're not in vain. He see you when you on your knees at night. You just crying out to him. It seems like nobody's there, but But he's right there, he's right there in the midst. He take all your tears and put them in a bottle. Only thing you gotta do is just, through all your circumstances, that storm, that hurricane, that typhoon, he's right there. It's a small voice, a small, still voice. So right now, I just wanted you to say thank you, Jesus. Tell him right now in the middle of your storm, thank you, Jesus. Yes. Hallelujah.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Beyond the Radio.
Welcome to Beyond the Radio, and you better be smiling.
Beyond the fences in the building.
Yes. Welcome. You know what it is. Welcome to Beyond the Radio. This your host, your main man, the coach, David Benton, and I am in the building. And you know what? I am smiling. That's right, I am smiling. And we got a show for you tonight. A wonderful show. You know what it is. It's going down. That's right here on Beyond the Radio. Shout out to the Elation family. You know we love you. We stay prayed up right here. We thank you. We believe in prayer. So by the time we come, you know what? We already know we covered. So we can just go straight in. That's right. And we got a great show. We thank y'all for tuning in right here every Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's going down. So, with that being said, can I get a drum roll? The coach, the infamous, the Gospel Choice Award winner, 2017, the coach, Shay Samuels. Are you in the building?
Shay Samuels is in the building.
Do the tidal wave.
And I'm smiling.
Do the tidal wave. Do the tidal wave. Do the tidal wave. Okay. I was doing
and
the
I'm
tidal
smiling.
wave.
Shout out to the Elation family. Shout out to Kimmy Kim. As always, we thank you for every single thing you do behind the scenes to make this all work. And shout out to the Beyond the Fence family, which I know you will do, Coach David Benton. But I just want to say shout out to the Beyond the Fence family. We love you guys.
Yeah. Well, Coach Shay, you know, it's really on you. You know what I'm saying? We got a wonderful show tonight, and I'm very excited because we got an awesome special guest. And it was just such an honor to meet this young lady. It was definitely a blessing to hear so much humility in prestige and so much professionalism along with it. And just for me to experience it and see it for myself is definitely an honor. The honor I don't take for granted. But all due respect, Queen, you must, you know, you got to have the honors to present the guest.
No problem. I'm honored as well, Coach David. You know, we get a chance to meet. You guys have to excuse my voice tonight. I have been singing at 2 different services today, so my voice is out. I was already kind of not feeling well, so I might have done a few songs a bit too soon. But anyway, so just bear with me tonight. But yes, Coach David, I was honored as well. We met this young lady in Philadelphia. Shout out to Sisters Lifting Sisters.
Minister Helena, who invited us there in Philadelphia, part of our tour in the beginning. And you know what? We met so many phenomenal people. This young lady will not, we would be remiss if we did not have her on the show, for one, Coach David. But this young lady and her son was playing for her behind the scenes, ended up playing for me as well. And you guys know Coach David and I had a full set planned out, and everything that could go wrong went wrong, but it all turned out right. So I'm thankful for that, and we got a chance to meet this amazing young lady. And so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce her. You've heard her song, He Reigns, back in March on the show. In fact, we got a lot of text messages behind the scenes. Everybody was like, well, who is that? So now we have her on the show, and we want you guys to give a great big welcome for Miss Cheeky Seddon. Miss Cheeky, are you on with us?
I'm here.
Ah, my sister.
Hey.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Glad to be here.
And she was doing praise and worship earlier today, too. So, look, I don't know if her voice is like mine, but she was doing a bit of praise and worship as well. And so you got two singers on here, and she's doing her thing as well. But Coach David and I would like for you first to introduce yourself to our audience. I know that you possibly have a number of people who may be listening in, whether it be on the phone line or online. So we want to say welcome. We want to say thank you all for the support, and we want to make sure that you don't forget to say their names if you can at the end, because when you don't say people's names, you're going to get a phone call. So first, let our listeners know a bit of who you are.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Again, I am Shakita Seddon. I am I would say a new inspirational recording artist, originally from Philadelphia, but currently residing in the Delaware area. And I am just excited to be here with you guys tonight and be able to communicate with David Benton, and as well as recording artist Shay. It's an honor, and I'm very humble for the opportunity to be able to talk with you guys about my experiences on tonight.
I love it. And so you guys know that I'm originally from Delaware, so shout out to my Delaware family who might be listening tonight. But, I found out maybe a couple of weeks ago that she was in Delaware. And so, so we just on the line tonight, and we're just going to make it happen, and we cannot wait. We do have some phenomenal news coming up for 2023 as it pertains to Delaware with our tour. So, guys, keep in the loop with that. So I'm going to ask my first question. What made you want to do music first and foremost? There's a lot of people out there who feel, they want to do music. A lot of people think it's easy. Some people are just like, I was raised in it. Some people are like, it always was my passion. But what was your reason for wanting to start, to become a recording artist?
Wow. I guess in the beginning, when I was very young, growing up in the church, I started doing background singing with the praise and worship team. I was never the leader in the group because I was comfortable being in the background. And I've traveled from state to state singing background as praise and worship, the praise and worship team. But I think one of the major reasons why I stepped out was because of my son. He was the person that actually listened to me sing, and he said to me, "Mom, you need to step in the forefront and do your own thing. Just go forth and trust God." And I looked at him and I kind of chuckled. I laughed a little. I'm like, "Who, me?" But it wasn't until I started really, I guess, developing a real relationship with God. It was a process. I had to learn how to trust myself, and more importantly, trust God and trust that He would be there with me every step of the way. And now it's a way for me to get a message across to a lot of listeners and to share my story with different people and, bring healing to a lot of people.
Yes, yes. I love that you said that your son was one of your inspirations behind it. We are living in a generation now where our children are pushing us into our purpose. And a lot of us may not realize it, but we are in this space right now where, and it's not a season, it's really a space where if we don't listen to our children, we're going to miss it. And so I know when we were growing up, they always said, do as I say, not as I do, right? Our parents always said, do as I say, not as I do. But it's like, how do we not do what you do when we see this all the time? But the Bible reminds us to train a child as they should go, and when they get older, they will never depart from it, right? And so that had to be something that you instilled in him that he gave back to you. So again, I always say this: one man plants a seed, another man waters, but God is the nourisher. And so at the end of the day, I love that your gift came around and you were able to bless others with it. Coach David, I'm going to pass it over to you.
All right. Now, me, myself, as a recording artist myself, it's when we look at this industry, because the first thing that everyone, I want all the kings and queens, men and women of God, people have to know that it's definitely a business. So, Queen, I want to ask you, do you really think you're prepared? And if you are, what are you doing to prepare yourself for your personal, but then you have the business side? And understand it is all about the glory of God, but it's still a business. So have you really prepared yourself for that? And if you have, tell us how.
Okay. I guess at first I thought I was thinking on the terms of, you just, book shows and get to go and sing and minister to people or to your crowd. But then I realized, doing some research, I realized the importance of the business aspect of it. It's way more to it than what you think. So currently I am preparing myself, even financially, when it comes to even having a band. It's a lot entailed in it. Sometimes you have band members that, are with you today, and then tomorrow you might not have like the bass player or, but being positive and always, contracts, you want to make sure that you're keeping everyone in the loop of what's going on. Communication is key. So that's pretty much what I've been doing, but just doing a lot of research and trying to educate myself on the business aspect of it, which was something that I didn't originally think about at first.
I really don't think any of us do, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I love your honesty. We have so many guests come up here, and the reason why I asked that because, I met you, in Philly, and just, I didn't really get to introduce myself like I wanted to, but just to see from afar and listen to you and hear your honesty, and see how transparent you are, then to come on the show and be, I asked that because in my heart and in my spirit, I knew you was going to be honest because you're an honest person. I can tell that. And we have so many artists that come and they feel like they just selling like trillions, and it's difficult. And what I've learned as an artist myself is having a company, having the right type of people with you, having people that want to see you win. And when you have people who want to see you win, you actually start winning collectively. So I want to ask you another question. So with that, when it comes to this doing the music, because of course we do it to glorify God, we're definitely created in His image and His likeness, and it's one of those things with me, like what's understood don't have to be explained type of things. Like God is God. I don't even say God first. God is not even in the race. He's not even a number. He's all in all. So God is God. So it's like when it comes to the music aspect of it, what is your goal, and how what is your your angle to encourage others? Like, what you want your legacy to be?
I actually want my legacy to that's what I'm doing now. And I feel like I thought about this the other day, and in life, when you go through so many things, sometimes people look at you and they feel like, oh, you're always happy, you're always smiling, and they feel like you got everything together, everything's going good for you. But that's not the reality of the life that we live. There's a lot of ups and downs, and I know that even sometimes not even having, sometimes you're sad, I can be honest. Sometimes being sad because you expect people to support you, a lot of people to support you. But sometimes when you start moving forward and doing things out of the norm that people wouldn't normally think that you would do, like, for example, for me, stepping out to become an artist. There's probably so many people that can, riff and sing rings around me. But when you can do it with a pure heart, and my whole goal is to give, I want to be able to help people listen to the words, because when they're given to me, it's a life experience, something that I actually experienced, and I want to be able to help people in that way.
Yes, that was powerful. That was powerful. I'm over here smiling. I'm still smiling. I was smiling.
Can I say one thing? One of the major things that I learned so far is if you're in the business to make a lot of money, it's not about the money. There are a lot of times I may go out and do a gig, and it's, you don't even get $50 or $25 or anything, but when you can do it because you have a love for people and you want to be able to be a blessing to other people, that's my whole goal. If I never get a dime, it's more important to me to be a help and a blessing to others.
Yes. I
love that.
Before I let you come in, Coach, I do want to encourage her on this. I'm going to tell you now, woman of God, queen, I will say this. I heard you saying your spirit alone. Listen, one thing about God in the Bible, he gave the people the talents. He gave them the talents. One just hid his talent. He hid it, put it in the ground, and guess what? When he brought it up, he said, "Here you go. I know you difficult. You're a hard man to deal with." He said, "Man, you get away from me, you evil and unfaithful servant. Why you didn't put it in the bank so it can draw interest? Interest. You're interesting. You're interesting. Okay. You're going to draw interest because your gift will make room for you. So understand this, that you are the product. God wants us to be productive. So because you are productive, people will sow into you. So understand, God is a businessman. That doesn't, like, the church do put a false narrative out there. Understand, this is a business. If you have a car lot, you're not going to give all your cars away in the name of Jesus, right? You got to buy cars
right.
to sell cars, right? You go, you purchase cars, and what? You sell them higher. That's not a sin. That's just handling your business. Understand, you are the car. You are the car. You are a Lamborghini. You are a Ferrari. You are that worthy, queen. Yes. So with your spirit, with your gift, you deserve it. So I'm just here to say, queen, never let nobody tell you that you're not worth $1,000, because you are. And don't feel bad, because when it comes to a business, you're in the business to make money, but it's how what you do when you get the money. What are you going to do with it? We make money from this business, but we give back. We give to our community. We give to people we love, and we invest it, and we sow seeds, but it's on good ground, and we invest it in the right places. So it's how you get the money, because in this business you have to have money. Coach Shay, I'm sorry. I start preaching, Coach Shay. Go ahead, Coach Shay.
Well, I will say within the short period of time that I have, I do want to just, before our music break, I want to, piggyback off of what Coach David just said. I remember when I first started in 2014, it was very hard for me to find people who wanted to help. And what I realized after doing my own research and kind of growing within the ministry, a lot of the people did not have what it took for me to be where I needed to be. And so don't get discouraged in people not helping you, because when God is doing something different with you, what they have to offer, it won't help you where you're going anyway. And then the same thing that Coach David just said regarding the finances, I would always say ministry over industry, and I still feel that way. But once I started learning that there is a business component to it, I became a little bit more savvy in how I dealt with it. I said, I understood my worth enough to know that I'm going to put $1 on it. And for all of those people who wanted me, if they wanted me as bad as they did when I was free, then they would buy. And so I put a number. Do you remember this, Coach David? In 2017, I put a number on it. And it wasn't a cheap number. It wasn't an inexpensive number. Miles Monroe said, when you walk in a room, you walk in and somebody asks you what you want, you say $10,000. It wasn't that high, but he said $10,000, and that still wouldn't be enough. And he said, if they don't feel that you're worth the $10,000, then you walk away from it. So I put a number, and when I put a number to it, I'm going to tell you that every person paid it.
Wow.
You
and
know
then one group of
I
people.
thought you were with the Illuminati, Coach Shay.
Stop it.
Listen,
One of the
Illuminati.
I'm gonna tell you what one couple said to me, and they are now my apostles, and I want to give them a great big shout out. But what they reminded me of was of this, and this is gonna bless you before the music break. They said, "Don't ever, ever, ever think that we're paying you. We are paying for the oil that you carry, and that's what costs."
Yes. Awesome. Awesome.
So we're going to go ahead and go to a music break, and we're going to hear all what we're talking about. This is what the fuss is all about, ladies and gentlemen. This is what the fuss is all about. This song is entitled He Reigns, and I promise you we played this song on the show before. I've listened to the song outside of the show. It is a blessing. So we want you guys to hear it, and right after the music break, you will be hearing more from Miss Shakita Sutton, and I promise you, you do not want to go anywhere. So, Coach David, with that being said.
And after that, you got to also introduce this song have not been played, have it? Your new single?
I was going to introduce it afterwards, but the new single entitled About Me will be playing during the music break as well. So I know that you guys will love it, allow it to bless you, and we'll be talking more about it after the music break. So with that being said, where the music at? Where the music at? Where the music at? Where the music? Where the music at?
Entered my past. I'm living my best life because His love showed me the way. I'm letting nothing tear me down. I am gonna stand my ground. Oh, yeah.
how hard it gets. Believe in yourself and trust God and know who you are in God. Keep moving, keep pushing, keep loving, and you will make it. God bless. All I know is He reigns forever.
There's so many times in life when you question what God has for you. You know, for every purpose there's a plan. Well, I was that way too. And one day I just decided to move. And I encourage you to do the same thing as I tell you a little bit about me. 17 with 2 babies. Nearly had me going crazy. I never thought I'd see the sunshine again. I just kept on pushing, but you gave me life, you gave me hope, you gave me everything. You gave me life, you gave me hope. This is the song I sang. About the age of 27, I knew what I would be. What people didn't see in me, you saw a masterpiece. Growing up in this cold, cold world, walking around with so much shame. I wasn't popular in high school. People barely even knew my name. But you gave me life. You gave me life. You gave me hope. You gave me hope. You gave me everything. But you gave me life. You gave me life. You gave me hope. You gave me hope. You gave me everything. Mama worked so many jobs just to make ends meet. We never wanted for nothing. We always had a good meal to eat. Always thought we had it made by the clothes we wore. But she just kept on pushing us. She knew that there was so much in store. 17 with 2 babies. Nearly had me going crazy. I never thought I'd see the sunshine again. So I just kept on pushing, but you gave me life, you gave me hope, you gave me everything. You gave me life, you gave me hope. This is the song I sang. I always knew life could be this good. Just didn't know how I would get there. I always knew life could be this good. Just didn't know how I would get there.
Welcome to Beyond the Radio.
Welcome to Beyond the Radio. And you better be smiling.
Beyond the fences in the building.
Uh, 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 uh. That's right. That's right. That's right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Beyond the Radio with your host, your main man, Coach David Benton, and I'm your co-host, Coach Shay, and we are on with a phenomenal recording artist. You just heard her song, He Reigns, and my newest single entitled About Me on the music break. Let's go ahead and say shout out to the sponsors, Paula G. Voice, Lady Wisdom After Midnight. If you are looking for a voiceover for your business, for your music, new music coming out, if you have anything that you want quality voiceover services for, we want you to reach out to Paula G at paulagvoice.com or Paula at paulagvoice.com. Also, we want to give a great big shout out to our Beyond the Fence DJ G Will, G Weezy is what I call him. If you are in the market for a DJ for any of your upcoming events, weddings, schools, prom is here, so you may not be able to get him for prom, but maybe book him for 2023. Better get him now because he's been booked and busy. Make sure you reach out to beyondthefence.org at BEYONDAFENCE.org. Last but not least, David, can I get a drum roll? Hey, let's talk business consulting strategy and coaching group, the Beyond the Fence expansion company where we make your business happen. Let's talk business. Are you an existing company? Are you a business who is looking to start up? Do you have a vision and you just don't even know where to go with it? Are you a music artist? Are you doing anything that requires you to just think business? Well, let's talk. You can reach into us at aboutbuildingleaders@gmail.com, where, again, we just make it happen for you. We have a 100% success rate. Shout out to all the companies that have reached into us and those who have used us and are successfully working the business out in the field. We would be remiss if we did not talk a little bit about our youth program, but Coach David does it the best, so I'm going to hand it over to you.
Yes, thank you. Shout out to the youth. If you guys have any youth, not just troubled youth, but youth who are, educated and just really looking forward to becoming a better version of themselves, what we want to do is prepare our youth because our youth are our future. So what we do is give them guide, and what they do is they elevate their thinking to where they realize where they want to go. We help give them direction so they can go beyond their fence. Because we was once those youth, and look at us today. So what we want to do is give the youth direction so they can know what they want to do with their lives. Because here I was, a straight A and B student, but when I graduated, I didn't know what I wanted to be because we really didn't have much at my high school. So let us help your youth go beyond their fence and become a better version of themselves and help them get direction. And that's how we do it.
Again, at aboutbuildingleaders@gmail.com. Make sure you contact us. But we're going to get back into this amazing interview with Ms. Shakita Sutton, and I am excited about this song, He Reigns. There's so many more songs out there. I know that people are going to find more of you after hearing He Reigns, but talk to us about He Reigns. It is a blessed song. I promise you, every time I listen to it, every single time I listen to it, there's so much passion behind, people sing, but then there's something that when you believe what you sing, you get what you just got out of He Reigns. And so tell us about He Reigns. Tell us about that song.
Yes, that particular song, I actually was sitting in the studio with my son, and we were listening at the time to a Tasha Cobb song. And as we were sitting there listening, he playing the keyboard. And as he was playing, I started hearing something else. Sometimes I just hear a sound, and then I go off in a whole nother direction. And that's what happened. I grabbed my pen and my book, and I just started writing. And I started writing exactly what I was feeling as he kept playing. And what I realized was the things that I was carrying or that I was going through and that I was dealing with, I had to remember, I was sitting there and I remembered that sometimes it feels like it's so hard, but if we can remember in life that no matter what we go through, He reigns. he sits high, and he has us no matter what. And that was the message that I wanted to get out to the listeners, to just remember, number one, remember who you are, and remember who's in control. God's in control. So, and because he has all powers, and that's where the angle that I was coming from, because a lot of times we get in places in life where we may feel a little down at times, and, just remember who you are in God and know that he reigns.
Yes. Is RJ around? Is he on the phone lines, or is he around?
I think he's actually on the phone lines.
Okay.
Yeah, he actually produced. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, if we can unmute him, Coach David's going to ask a question, but while we are, we'll probably have to get maybe the last 4 digits of his phone number so that we can unmute him, because I want to bring him in since he helped to produce this song, and he's such an inspiration to you. I want other people to hear him as well, because he is so anointed. If I can get the last 4 digits of his numbers, and we can get him in. But Coach David, you go ahead and ask a question if you have one.
You know what? I'm just over here. The song is so soothing. Like it's a soothing song. It's so inspiring because your voice is like, and I'm not just saying this. Some people's voice is just like water, where it's just flowing, and it feels good. You have a feel-good voice. I always hear you say that, well, my voice might not be like other people's voice, but understand it, Queen. Other people's voice is not like yours. Right. That's what you have to realize. Your uniqueness, God made us all unique. He made us like that on purpose. This is artist Tracy Chapman. Y'all remember her? She had that song "Driving in the Fast Car." Now somebody like her, she ain't gonna make it on American Idol. She don't got the runs and all that. But look how far her song played today, and people listen. Why? Because she had a soothing voice. It ain't about all the other stuff. It's just about using what God gave you, and your voice is definitely like flowing water. It's definitely who inspired you? Where that sound come from? What's who has been your inspiration in this music business? It's okay to say Tina Turner, somebody. Now we turn up over here. It's okay to say Tupac. Listen, we can say Tupac, DMX. Be honest, we like to have fun.
Yeah. I think one of my biggest inspirations in the gospel arena has been Miranda Curtis and Tasha Cobbs.
Great choices. Okay. Awesome. So the voice, like where that voice come from?
It was hidden for years. I never even really realized that I had it. It was a whole process. I remember when I was a little girl, and myself and my brother, we're almost like twins. He actually, one of us would have the broomstick and the other would have the mop, and my mother used to have this huge mirror in her living room, and we would just stand in front of this mirror all day, every day, and we would just sing. And when we would be at home, I would sing. I was very comfortable singing around him, but when I would go out in a public, I was so shy. I barely wanted to talk to people. And he used to look at me and tell me, you can do it, So for me, I'm very excited now because getting older and coming into the knowledge of who I am has brought on many challenges, but it's also brought on some great things. Like now, being a recording artist, something I never thought. If someone would have told me this years ago, I would have just laughed at them like, no, not me. But, right. We don't always know the plan that God has for us.
Yes.
I do want to say something, if I can. The best thing is you never know who's in the room, right? I want to say that to all artists. I do want to say that to all artists. You never know who's in the room. Paula G and I, shout out to Paula G. We have a saying where we just say, just show up. It's #show up. And really, it's wherever you show up, right? No matter what the assignment is, show up knowing that somebody in the room is waiting on you. And that's exactly what happened to you in Philadelphia. We had no clue, one, that you were a recording artist. We had no clue that you were aspiring to go further or to do more within your music. And all we do is just show up, And we show up with the most humblest spirit ever, just because we've been there and we've done just about everything that there is to do when it comes down to music, And so we love nothing more than to run into people like you, as Coach David said, with such humility and be able to provide the platforms that were not provided for us. The one thing that I can tell you we do as Beyond the Fence is we pave our own way. Right? There are a number of people who won't open the door because they may be intimidated. They may feel that it's going to be a bit of competition, or they may feel, sometimes it can be that they don't think that you're good enough. But when you know who you are, like you said, you can start paving your own way. And I love that you are open, because some people aren't as open as you are. And Coach David said this earlier today, and we find years later that they're still where they are when we met them, right? So someone like you, I promise you, someone like you will catapult faster than you know, just because of your humility.
Yes. Coach Shay, we on.
I'm sorry.
Coach Shay, we better put on Beyond. We gonna put on Beyond the Fence, Coach Shay.
Did we have RJ on?
Beyond the Fence, Coach Shay.
She's going beyond her fence. Yes, Coach David. She's going beyond her fence. Did we get RJ?
I can't get him. I'm sorry.
No. I think you said you can't. He wasn't on. Okay, no problem. I thought he was on. I was going to say he can just unmute if he's on. But here's the thing. I really wanted. We have a number of kids who are very talented, right? And not to take away from your shine tonight, but just knowing that was your son behind you playing, and this is the person who's inspiring you. What would you say to the parents tonight? What would you say to the parents who have children who are talented? Because they also have to walk out their purpose as well. But what would you say to the parent tonight who may not be listening to their kids, or who might have that same mantra that we grew up with, which is, I'm the mom, so you listen to me, or I'm the dad, so you listen to me. How can you encourage that parent tonight?
Yes, I would say the most important thing is to start from the beginning. When you see that your child shows any interest, whether it's in music, whatever their interest is, nurture the gift that you see in them from day one. Even if they don't believe in themselves, nurture it anyway. One of the things that RJ did as a kid, I remember he was 2 years old. We would be in church in service, and he would take my pens or pencils out of my purse, and as the music was playing, he would start tapping on his feet. And I looked at him and noticed that he actually was keeping a rhythm with the drums. So we bought him his first drum set. Then just a couple years later, he might have been around 7 years old, we had this little keyboard downstairs, and I'm like folding clothes, and all of a sudden I hear this sound, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not just a kid banging on the keyboard. So then we bought him a real keyboard, and he just took off, learned how to play the keyboard, every instrument that he asked for.
I love it.
We went out and we got it, and that's a part of nurturing the gift inside of them, because you never know where it's going to go. And it was amazing, because now I see the effects of it. It's just awesome to see how, it's almost like we can actually sit together, and when he's playing music, I can feel so deep what he's playing without him even saying a word. And this is like, the words just come to me. So we catch each other in the spirit, and that's what I love about it.
One thing you said earlier, it was about the band, and I remember when I first started, I had a challenge with that, because I was ready to go, And some people would show up for rehearsals, some people wouldn't. Some background vocalists would show up for rehearsals, some people wouldn't. And I got to a point, everybody wanted to show up for the show, right? Everybody just wanted to come to the show. And I got to a point where I said, you know what? I'm going to find me the best worship instrumentals, or I'm going to find the best instrumentals for my songs. And I don't have an issue with that. I don't have a challenge with that. And I did it. At first, I was nervous about it because I felt like people wanted the band. But then I realized that you are what makes it, right? And so most of the time where I'm at the smaller events, I'm taking the best instrumentals I have, and I'm still going to have floor-dropping worship. I'm going to still have it happen today. So floor-dropping worship, because it's about how you present it and how you execute it. I saved myself a lot of money when I did that. And not only that, I was able to rehearse with those instrumentals day in and day out. So, again, Coach David can tell you I'm always in the car, around the house somewhere, just playing these instrumentals, learning them, worshiping, growing with them. And so get used to that as well, because that still is an opportunity for you as well. Coach David?
Yeah, but having a son that does, who plays instruments, you really are ahead of the game. I want to tell you that. You're ahead of the game. We have people who plays instruments, but they're not our kids. So anytime you have your seed, because it's like, look now, son, you gotta play, because you wouldn't even be born if it wasn't for me. It's one of them type of things. So he gonna play for mama, and plus he believes in you. He want to see mama win. So we all love to have a band. You know what I'm saying? So you are ahead of the game. But there might be some times where he may be so busy, and like Coach Shay was saying, you might have to go ahead and get your track outs and just do what you have to do. But you are ahead of the game. You know what I'm saying? And really just connecting with the right type of people who want to see you win and have a family. There's nothing like having a family. And when you have that family, you shall go beyond your fence as well.
Yes, I hear you.
So let me ask you, how can the people, because we almost at closing time, so tell us, how can the people connect with you? How can they get your music? How can they follow you? We want people to connect with you. We want people to follow you. We don't want you to just be up here, just to be up here. We want it to be impactful.
Yes. They can, my music is on all platforms, actually. If they would actually have to type in my name, Shakita Seddon. I also do a lot of advertisement on my Facebook page, which is under Cheeky Seddon. And that's spelled with the I-E on the end. Sure, it's Cheekie. And last name is S as in Sam, Edden.
All right. Do you have a website or anything we need to go to?
Not yet, but I will soon.
Well, one thing about it, Queen, you're connected with the right one, and Coach Shay. It's a blessing to have you up here. We really thank you, and we already know this will not be. It's the first time, but this definitely won't be the last time that you be right here on Beyond the Radio, and we're going to make sure more people hear you because you deserve it. Coach Shay?
Yes, I agree, Coach David. This is definitely not going to be the last time you hear from her. I would just say I encourage you to just keep on going, keep pushing, keep showing up. That's all I can say is just keep showing up. Everything else is to come. So we wish you the best in your endeavors and look forward to the journey with you as well.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, Coach David. It's 11 o'clock. We want to say thank you so much for coming on with us, and thanks for listening. Shout out to all the family members. Look, she was smart about it. She didn't say no names, Coach David. She was like, I'm not saying not one thing. I'm going to leave it up to y'all. So thank y'all for listening, tuning in, and supporting. Make sure you get the music on all digital outlets, and make sure you come back next Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Beyond the Radio with your host, your main man, David Benton, and your co-host, Shay Samuels. Make sure you like the Beyond the Fence Facebook page and Beyond the Radio Facebook page, and make sure you register for that Lithonia, Georgia concert. The BDF Tour 2022 is coming to Lithonia. Get the information at www.beyondthefence.org. And we're out. With that being said, where the music at? Where the music at? Where the music at? Where the music at?
It's your boy David Benton. Hey yo, Shay. It's time to go beyond the fence. Life is so good. It's so good. Yeah. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit dries the bones, you know. Yeah.
World's greatest DJ.
It's about 8 in the morning, I'm just waking up. Got the Folgers on brew, about to fill my cup. While I'm looking out the window, the sun come up. I'm good. It's about 8 in the morning, I'm just waking up. Got the Folgers on brew, about to fill my cup. While I'm looking out the window, let the sun come up. I'm good. I'm about to get my day started. Off to work, about to make them dollars. If only you knew what I've been through, you would smile and say that I'm good. I got a good job, I'm good. And my bills are paid, I'm good. And my family's good, my health is good. I thank God that I'm good. I got a good job, I'm good. And my bills are paid, I'm good. I got food on the table, I know that He's able. Thank God I'm good. God, I'm good. I thank God I'm good.
Life is so good.
I thank God I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You are magnificent, great. Your feeling is hate, but we're ignorant grace. So intimate place, your heart of innocence make a life different break. This whole sin and the sinning, cause the enemy hate. You are the sun, stars, and the moon. You are the beam of light when it's dark in the room. When I depart from the womb, you're the air that I breathe. Always there when I need you, preparing for peace. You're so good.
I got a good job, I'm good. And my bills are paid, I'm good. And my family's good, and my health is good. I thank God that I'm good. I got a good job, I'm good. And my bills are paid, I'm good. I got food on the table, I know that He's able. Thank God I'm good. I got a good job, I'm good. And my bills are paid, I'm good. And my family's good, my health is good. I thank God that I'm so good, so good, so good, so good. Lord, You've been so good to me. Yes, You have. I'm telling you, Lord, You've been so good to me. Good. Lord, You've been so good.